What's up, RH? How are you? Damian Bloodstone, how are you tonight? Perfect. There's volume. All right. Gravity Cheeseburger, Sharon, Stacy, Kathy, Dina. Hydraulic Banana. Damn. That's a name. Troy, what's up? DL, Pops, how are you? Dis, Animes, Maid Servant, hello. Mr. G, how are you this evening? David, how are you? Ken, how are you doing tonight? Marge, Joanne, Brandy. It's 32 right now. 32 degrees. What's up, Tim? Chris, Kakalina, how are you? Jen Cox, Caden, how is it, brother? There's Janie. Wendy, how are you? Very good. Juno, not too much. 59th. Ooh, bronchitis. That sucks. Thanks, Gravity. Yeah, bronchitis sucks nuts. I'm not a fan of that. Let's get comfortable. So, Jeff, I disagreed with you for a long time, but I was thinking about addiction and mental health crisis. Cryptids could cause you to about and to link to cryptids and if addiction. So you agree with me now, Larry? It does make a lot of sense. It really does. And I'm not like, when I see this, I always think this looks like I have a dickhead over here. When I see this and I try to, like, I don't want to like break anonymity or throw people under the bus or anything, but the majority, 85% of people that I've ever talked to have had some kind of issue with something sometime in their life. And it just strikes me as odd, What's up, Ray? How are you? And Charlie, how are you? I don't know. I started to realize it like 2 or 3 years ago. Hey, Joe, how are you? And it made sense because I was just like, every time I talk to somebody, they like make mention of it. And I was like, I myself am in recovery. And it just, I was like, that's real weird. Yes, Rockin' Steady. Actually, it's Martha Stewart, not Better Homes and Garden. Dave, how are you? Danny, how are you tonight? Pharmacy. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, actually. I'm going to look into that. What's up, Ron? How are you? Dude, you guys missed it last night. Damn, I wish it was tonight, man. So $20 is $20. The neighborhood erupted last night. I'm recording, and Abby, I hear running up the stairs, and I'm pissed because I'm recording, and Abby's like, Daddy, they're at it again. Holy shit! I'm like, what's going on? I run downstairs. Yep, the crackheads. I run downstairs, right? and you can hear the arguing, right? And you can hear the cops. They're coming, 3 of them. But as the cops, I can see the lights coming from down the road, and I watch this fucking creature come across the road, and I see him. He tosses something. He just tosses it like so nonchalantly, and he like starts to go in this driveway across the street from my house, and I'm watching him, and the cop turns down my road. I'm like, there he is! There he is! He's right there! I go get him! Oh, it was so priceless. Abby's laughing. The cop gets out. Somehow, this creature guy fucking got away. I have no idea how he got away. But then the guy and the girl, so I guess what happened was the guy that threw the beer bottle down and took off from the cops, I guess he was getting an argument with the guy. The girl got in his face. He punched the girl and then punched the guy too. So then these two are arguing in front of the cops. And he's calling her the C word. And oh my God, it was beautiful. Huh. So hopefully maybe tonight we can get a repeat. Because, dude, that would be wonderful. Definitely feral. These people, like, I swear on everything, it must be something in the Hudson River or the water below Glens Falls, New York, that makes these people just fucking wacky. Lucifer Jesus, how are you? They are a breed of their own. Hardith, how are you? Kathy, yes, Scotta. Lake Superior's in the house with us. Christopher, how are you? What's going on, Kevin? How are you tonight? Dad is bossy as normal. His surgery is next week. So I was going to go up in the Adirondacks today. I had everything set. I had my bag set. I had everything set. Jamie, Sean, how are you? And I was set to go. I just had a couple things to do for my dad. So I get there and it was like 4.5 hours, 5 hours later. And I was just like, the day's over now. But we got everything done for him. So cheers from Idaho. Radio Shack's in the house. How are you? How the hell did my jewel die so fast? Rick James says cocaine is a powerful drug. IE Native, how are you tonight? What's up, Wendy? I've had this shirt forever. Actually, I wore it a ton last year when I didn't do lives, but I just recorded. No, Stacy, nothing. Trust me, you guys on the live will be the first to know. Actually, I'll probably make a community post about it. Wolf moose bear. Fucking idiot I am. Weather here is great. Ooh. You know, I was in shorts, like sweat shorts and a hoodie and my vest. It was like 42. And when I was outside at my dad's and I was good to go. I got some good stuff for us tonight. I got some good encounters. Rock and Steady, I'm just going to pretend that you didn't say that. Because we all know your favorite baseball team. Actually, there's a ton of news coming out, but a ton of updates for the Dodgers this week. And you know what this week is? This week on Wednesday will be 8 years. 8 years to the day, Wednesday, will be the memorial or whatever for Tom Messick. He disappeared 8 years ago on the 15th. But the 15th is also my daughter's 16th birthday. And so, yeah, It's going to be a good time. Drinking Bundaberg Diet Ginger Beer. I'm doing well, Rita. I'm doing well. How are you? Yeah, most definitely, Hardith. Yeah, it's definitely a comment. Yep. Yeah, 8 years. I can't believe that, 2015. And I wonder, like, 15, November 15th, 2015, 11/15, 15. I don't know. I'm trying to put some number mathematically to figure it out. Where he disappeared. He disappeared in Brant Lake or Horicon, which is 35 minutes from me. I go there all the time. What's up, Norman? How are you? I got some black-eyed kid stories for you. I've got some military encounters for you. Send it my way. I'm probably not going to do it tonight, though, Joe, because I got everything set for tonight. So if you want to send it my way, I'd appreciate that. What's up, Glades? How are you? So I got black-eyed kids, military, large creature in Wisconsin, Dogman. I have Dogman, the Braves. Ooh. Cat-eyed creature. Bat-winged humanoid creature. Vampire. Oh, yeah. An encounter out of the Adirondacks. So I got a pretty good night lined up for us. I think we're going to have a good time tonight. Yeah, but if you listen to that, Wendy, it sounded an awful lot like my whole everything I talk about on my channel. Because I had to check it out. Because like six different subs sent me that link and were like, "That's everything you say on your channel, Jeff." And I'm like, so I went to listen and I'm like, "Whoa, it is." Jerry, it would. It definitely would. Two cat-eyed creatures walk all over it. Me too, Sonia. I just have the one. He's probably laying outside of the door right now. He's been such a dink lately, though. What's up, Gen X 1776? That's a nice name. I like that name. AWD is in the house with us. Matthew, how are you? Looking forward to hearing it. Looking for many of them, DL. Many of them. Hang on a second. I'm hiding. Had to get comfortable. All right. I look like a fucking moron right there, didn't I? That one, Kevin, that one was the I listened to that dude tell me the whole experience, right? And I'm just like, holy shit. I'm like, because he had said, I heard you say about the drug addiction and alcoholism and stuff like that. And I'm like, and he started talking about the experience, and I'm like, this lines up to everything. Tracy, welcome to the membership. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And all of a sudden, he didn't end it with that, but he's like, and the guy had reptilian eyes, Jeff. And I'm like, no. What's going on, Aqua Lord? That was, and you know what was the weirdest part is, like, it is literally surrounded, where that rehab is surrounded by national forests. Like 5 within Montana, Idaho, just thanks, Pops. I appreciate that. Actually, I had a pretty good week. I had because like you see your algorithm and your numbers, and I was like, holy cow! At the beginning of the week, it was awesome. Most definitely 59th. All right, Truth, how are you? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Now, Matt, just either send it to me or send me an email with your number and we can get you on. That's the best way to do it. Joe, how's the weather in Maine? MJ Bates made it. In the surrounding area, DH. I haven't seen him yet. No dude from Texas yet. Cold and wet. Yeah. Tribal. All right. So, Black Eyed Kids. This one's good, though. This is Black Eyed Kids in Disney World. Several years ago, I went to Disney World in Florida with my family. I was 17 years old at the time, and it was me, my mom, my dad, older sister, and 5-year-old brother. It was a blistering summer day in late August of 2006. We had been to Disney World a few times and knew what to expect. Long lines, miserable hot weather, overpriced items. But hey, we're at Disney World. So we're waiting in line for a ride called Dinosaur and Animal Kingdom. We had just joined the back of this long line and knew that it could be a 15 to 20-minute wait. Ahead of us, a man was holding his daughter's hand. They were unusually quiet, very patient compared to the rest of the families ahead of them. We could hear screams of excitement coming from the ride and the rides all around us. The anticipation was building. I'm standing there, distracted by all of the sights and sounds around us, grabbing a splash of warm water every moment or so. Also, almost in a daze, without warning, my brother lets out this blood-curdling scream. Now, I've heard my brother scream before when he's throwing a tantrum or when he got stung by a bee or something. This was different. It was a scream of absolute fear. I broke out of my frozen gaze and looked down to see my little brother staring straight ahead. He was staring at the little girl who was holding her dad's hand. Immediately, I knew what made him scream. It was the little girl's eyes. They met mine, and she cracked the evilest smile I had ever seen. But the smile wasn't the scariest part. It was her eyes. They were obsidian, polished black in color, and not just the iris, the whole entire eyeball. Her dark eyes narrowed. She turned back around to face forward. By this point, my parents bent down to examine my little brother and comfort him. Every pair of eyes in the park was now staring at us, but the terrified expression on my little brother's face did not change. It stayed that way for a moment or so. That's when the tears came. My mom prompted us to head back to our hotel room immediately, and so we did. But before we parted, I looked back at the father and little girl, and nothing, poof, they were gone. I scanned the surrounding crowd, and there was no sign of them. After the initial shock wore off, then the questions came. My family took turns asking my little brother what happened. My little brother couldn't find the words to describe what he saw and felt that day, so I did it for him. But my parents responded in complete disbelief, as I knew they probably would. They just brushed it off and decided to take my little brother to see a doctor, and everything was checked out fine. It wasn't until years later that he opened up about this experience to my parents. He told them what he had seen. He described it as an alien-like demon. When asked how he knew what it was, he just simply explained, "Her eyes told me so." Our shared experience led us to begin doing some research. We found both disturbed what we found both disturbed and comforted us. It was disturbing to know that we are not the only ones who have seen these creepy black-eyed children. It's disturbing to know how common people report seeing these things. So many people have been terrorized by these creatures. I can't even call them children. I will never stop looking for answers. Oh, God. Black-eyed kids in Disneyland. That's a new ride. That's a whole new ride, baby. I believe it shows the spirit of these creatures. What's up, Andy Davis? How are you? Yeah, I'm not a fan of the black-eyed kids. Ashton, how are you? You know, I don't find it odd that they would be in Disneyland either, because I think they enjoy scaring the shit out of people. Pyro Bob's in the house with us. How's the weather down under? That sounds good, Matt. That sounds good. I'll give you a text probably tomorrow sometime, and we'll get you on here. But do me a favor if you could. I'd still like you to type it out for me if you don't mind. Rosie, how are you? Thank you for your beautiful gift. Guys, Rose Holt gave me the coolest present the other day. I got this bag of Bigfoot stickers, this immense bag of Bigfoot stickers. Personally, I don't even know where she found these. There's just like a multitude of them, thousands. Not thousands, let's be realistic, like 70. The beautiful throw blanket. It's so soft. Skip the ads. Thank you. Thank Jeff. Hat. A lot of awesome stuff. Rose, thank you so much. Disneyland kidnaps kids. Disney. Yeah, you know what? Here's something. I bet you that the tunnels under Disneyland, because we all know that Walt Disney may be possibly like demonic or ever, I mean, the guy is cryogenically frozen. Maybe the daughter and father dropped like through like a manhole thing or whatever. Mike Breedlove, I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for being here. Hardeth, the Crazies do it. Absolutely. The original movie is pretty good too. Are my comments showing? Absolutely, Jane, they're showing. Anastasia, how are you? Yes. I read somewhere that Walt Disney, L. Ron Hubbard, Parsons, and a few other people had met up at like the secret club at Disney long before the one that you have to pay for. It's the one that you don't pay money to be in this club. You are like inducted into it. John Sumner, how are you? Yeah, I will not be going ever there. Absolutely, Denver Airport. Yep. I did a Really good upload on that airport. Being a Freemason has nothing to do with Walt Disney being evil. Freemasons are not evil. I am not evil. That's just people don't know what they're talking about when they say Freemasons are evil at all. Lot lizards are probably the evilest creature, the evilest cryptid known to man is the infamous lot lizard. Even 33rd degree is not. Like my whole family, actually, on my dad's side, is all the way from my great grandfather were Freemasons. Walt Disney, I don't think he was evil. I think what happened was because of the money. I think that he attracted the evil. You know what I mean? Money is $20 is $20, baby. But money is the root of all evil, and he's obviously super loaded. So I made an upload about it, Ashton. I think it's a very evil place, and I think they put an airport. I believe underneath the Denver airport. This is my own belief. I believe underneath the Denver airport is a dome, and I think that they built the airport over it just to hide it. You know, that's my own belief. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. But I'm trying to figure out a shirt for the $20 is $20 thing. Like Bigfoot is not gay, but $20 is $20. I don't know. Because the shirt that I saw Mike Patton wearing said, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. So I was thinking Bigfoot. I don't know. Adam Hernandez, how are you? Tim's Pro Auto Spa, Suji. Yeah, absolutely. The artwork in Denver Airport is truly, it's beautiful. First of all, it's creepy as shit, but it's awesome in the same sense too. Yeah, he did. Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura is the man. I love Jesse. I would love to just like hang out with Jesse. What's up, Glendon? I've never been there, but I saw that kid. He's got a YouTube channel, and he doesn't do like cryptid shit or anything or paranormal. He just went to go and check it out. Yeah, Aqualord. I believe that Harp. What I think that they used that down in Virginia 2 years ago. To be honest with you, so we are the man in my family going back. Yeah, George, good stuff. Definitely not Snowman Dave. About hairy creatures in the woods with big feet. Ooh, that's good. That's good, chicken, man. I got to think of a good one. Fairbanks Airport. It's gigantic stuffed polar bear. Yeah, that would freak the shit out of me. You get off the plane and there's this stuffed polar bear. They should have it like trying to hug you. Anastasia, there's channels that claim that there's new info out on that Brenda Hamilton case, and there never will be anymore. It's people create stories for their own narrative. There's a subscriber that is part of this channel. They're usually in the live stream, that lives in that town. And yeah, the petition didn't help. None whatsoever. Nope. They did a lot too. Like, they wanted so much information, the citizens, that wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot to ask for. Like, who are these people that are in our town searching? Who are these people? What are they doing? Where did they come from? Like, we want their credentials, which is acceptable and understanding, you know? Yeah, he was. Jesse's a badass. Is it blue or black, Jane? Wait, they shot Jesse? When did Jesse get shot? Just getting a water, guys. Just getting a water. They shot Jesse? Guys, we have 206 people in. No problem. No problem, DL. We have 202 people and 84 likes. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's get those likes up. Linda, how are you? It's like being a normal person, Hardith. It's nothing unusual, to be honest with you. I'm glad that you're well. Mammy J. Hall, how are you? Magical treasure. I'm not going to comment on that. I think it's a war that's been going on for far too long, and there's a way of stopping it, but nobody ever wants to stop war. So Jesse Ventura versus Steven Seagal. Unfortunately, like true, I'd have to say Steven Seagal, because he truly is like, I think he'd throw Jesse around. Nah, yeah. Plus, Jesse's older than Steven. Yeah, but he's also like 80 years old. That's crazy, Joe. Steven's in rough shape. All right, Jesse Ventura and Steven Seagal in their prime. So if we got them at 26 years of age, both, even though they're different ages now, but if we could like somehow construct the Wayback Machine and bring them both together in a steel cage match, Jesse Ventura would kick the living shit out of Steven Seagal. Now, Steven Seagal would, though. That's just my own opinion. Ventura, hands down. If same age, same like prime, but now because Ventura's like older, so. And I think Steven Seagal's got him in weight now. Like, Steven Seagal's a little plump. What's up, Carla? How are you? All right, here we go. Actually, you know what? I got a good one. I have got a good one. Where the fuck is it? Make sure there's no ads kicking in. Here we go. This is Tracy. Thank you so much. This is a shorty, but a goodie. So here we go. I've seen a werewolf-like creature. It spoke to me and ran toward me. I was 14 years old, so over 28 years ago. I had been using a Ouija board for weeks prior with my friend Angelina and had contacted what we thought was a little girl named Emily Carter. My friends and I were out front of my house when our friend Michelle started skipping and acting like a young child. A very odd vibe was present. Angelina and I called out to Emily. And with that, my hand on my heart and on my 3 children's lives, a large wolf figure appeared instead of my friend Michelle, levitated, and in her voice, deep growly, said, "Don't ever call me Emily Carter again." It then, at an intense speed, ran towards us, Angelina and myself. With that was gone. Michelle was back to normal. The thing is, both Angelina and I saw it. She spoke first, so I know it was not just me. For years, I have tried to make sense of it, research what it was, look at it, why it happened. I experienced many odd things at that time, and I do believe the Ouija board was the cause. I never after this nor ever will use a board again. If I had not experienced it, I wouldn't believe it. So I'm not asking for belief. I'm simply letting you know. I seen it and believe you. Yet, on the positive, it's shown me dark, and in doing so, confirmed that there has to be light. Tracy, thank you so much. Just quick reading. Yeah, Steven Seagal's a dumper right now. He is a true dumper. I like how that one ended. How she said, even though I experienced this, I saw true darkness. But now, after seeing that, I know that there is true light. Yeah, me neither, Anastasia. Me neither. I've shared my experience here many times, and I believe that's why myself, I'm sick, and my other family members are dead. What's a dumper? Steven Seagal now. Joe Stewart, how are you? I don't know if the Grand Canyon's a secret base. I know there's like Native American, a strong Native American spiritual presence there. So maybe not. Rodman's a great basketball player. Love Rodman. Anastasia, I said, I don't know if you ever heard my encounter with it, but my cousins are both dead. I'm diagnosed with a terminal illness. And this was before the internet. It was like 91. And it kept spelling OZ, OZ. And we were dumb kids. And we thought it was spelling Ozzy. So we were making fun of it. And all of a sudden, years go by, and I put I make sense of it. Holy shit, it was spelling Zozo, not Oz. What's up, Robert Sharp? How are you? Spirit level 333. Who's a Russian citizen? Snowman Dave, that's exactly why he chose Akito or whatever, because he couldn't lift his leg up. You're right. Steven Seagal is a Russian citizen now? What the shit? Van Damme? That's crazy. I didn't know that. Zozo Aqualord is the name of a demon who occupies the Ouija board, or supposedly occupies the Ouija board. I believe so. Rose Holt, thank you so much. Thank you. My grandma, I was warned about using the Ouija board too by my grandma. And she used the Ouija board before my dad and my uncle went to Vietnam. And she asked the board if anyone in her family who was going to Vietnam would be killed or hurt in the line of duty. And speaking of that, happy Veterans Day. Any veterans out there today? Happy Veterans Day. But it did say, a family member will be hurt in Vietnam. And my uncle actually, a guy 2 people ahead of him had stepped on a landmine, and my uncle caught some shrapnel. Libra Poets in the house. Hey, Libra, how are you? Arabic, how are you? Oh, Rose Holt, happy birthday. Doing God's work, trolling. What's up? Do you see it? Good evening, Denise. Thank you for joining us. Did y'all have a good week, though? I'm so glad it's Saturday. What's up, Ben Dean? Why so grumpy, Ben Dean? Hey, Dale Little, how are you tonight? You know it, Libra. You know it, girl. You got to troll. I literally sat here the other day and I made an upload. Police station almost got shut down because of the show. I made an upload about something and I deleted it because I just thought it would make more trouble than anything. So I'll just quick share what I was going to say. So this whole drama thing in this community of cryptozoology, not in this channel and not with you guys. Hey, Tyler, how are you? But do you save these comments and read them later? I read them as they go, Mike. So you guys are amazing. You guys have created this community in the comment section that is immense. It's just freaking awesome. And but the outside, the big cryptozoology world is just a shit show right now, And as creators / researchers, and Jesse, hearing Jesse talk 2 weeks ago made me think of this. So if every video I make, I am nitpicking at somebody, or I am crying about somebody that's nitpicking at me, how does that make people like Truth Quest or California or Did You See It or Tyler or Libra or Jane or all you guys, Aqua, want to share your experience? You don't, because you're like, why would I want to share my experience? I need support, you know? And as a creator, because I am a YouTuber, I hate that. But as a creator, we have a platform that is designed, well, I designed my channel for people to share and for you guys to share, you know, experiences and help one another through the crap that goes along with it. But with the drama out there, why would anybody want to share, you know? It makes no sense. And it's all ego. It's all ego, you know? Like, there's researchers that are amazing researchers that just shit all over other researchers. And that makes no sense, because if that person worked with that person or shared ideas, or let's say they didn't even want to, but they just took the ideas and said, this can work, things would be so much better, I think. And thanks, MJ. And I just think like, I have a troll who trolls me all the time, you know, and it's because simple fact that I made a statement. I never said anything negative about the guy. I've never even talked to the guy. Just made a simple statement. And now he says I don't live in New York. I have an extensive criminal background and this and that. And I'll never say the guy's name because it's not worth it. Because I don't want to be a stepping stone for this person, you know? So, and that's why I'll probably never work with anybody. And I'll probably, you know, Dark Waters is my friend. But, you know, other than that, yeah, UFC. Did Pereira win? Yeah, big BS. Pereira, yeah. I miss Izzy having the belt. I wish Izzy had the belt. God, makes me so mad. Libra doesn't, though. How about Logan Paul winning the WWE belt? Oh, my goodness. I know, Libra. I know. I was just watching a video about him yesterday, and I thought about you. That's right. It's ego. Aramek. Thanks, Mike. It's not me either. It's not me. It's you guys. You know, Mike just said that he's been listening for a year and you guys make him feel safe. It's nothing I did. It's just how I am. I'm not into drama and I'm not into negativity. So you guys aren't either. And that makes the whole like aspect of this channel being good for other people, you know? And it's not me, it's you guys. Simple fact. Yeah, wrestling. You guys didn't realize that WWE wrestling is real? It's so real. Adam, no, it's real. It's not fun entertainment. It is truly the greatest sport in the world. These aren't sport entertainers. These are athletes. Oh, Lord. That's right, did you? Dude, I have loved wrestling since I was a little kid myself, Denise. I have loved it. Thanks, Planners Guy. I hope you're doing well, brother. Me too. Me too. I remember we have a civic center in our town, and it's the only thing that, like, we used to have monster trucks and shit, and everybody would go to, because it's the only thing to do up here. And so I'd make my mom take me to wrestling because my dad worked shift work. So my poor mom had to endure going to, my grandpa used to go when, like, before I was even born. My grandpa met Andre the Giant and George the Animal Steel, the guy with the green tongue. And I guess George the Animal Steel at one time was a professor. He was a really smart guy. But I remember watching Jake the Snake Roberts wrestle Kamala, the Ugandan headhunter. And it was so fun. I fucking love wrestling. Bret the Hitman Hart is awesome. Bob Backlund, hell yeah. Mr. C, no, I've never been to a UFC event. I live in upstate New York, so it's kind of, I would love to go. I'd love to see Israel Adesanya get his belt back from whatever shit Sean his name is, I think. Strickland, Libra, what's his name? And but no, I'd love to actually go and watch because I love the UFC. It's awesome. John Jones was supposed to fight tonight, but it got canceled. Jericho was great. MS, you're related to Jerry and Jack Briscoe and AJ Styles. Holy shit. I want AJ Styles' gloves. I'd wear them every day. Superfly. Dude, he was great. Dude, Larry Henning. Kurt Hennig was, I loved Kurt Hennig too. Kurt Hennig was great. Real tragedy about, what's his name? That Rotundo that just passed away. He was awesome. Scared me. The Von Erichs, the cursed Von Erichs, like the Kennedys. Johnny B. Bad. Jenny, how are you? Jake the Snake Roberts in the DDT. Best move ever. I used to do it to my cousins. Bam! Bray Wyatt, yeah. His first name was Rotundo, and then I forget the last name, but it was like his dad's name was Mike Rotundo. And then Dick, how are you? I've never heard the band. I never heard Jericho's band. I knew he had a band. Big Papa Pump, baby. Bushwhackers were great. Ric Flair was amazing. Holy shit. Dude, the RKO, one of the greatest moves ever, Randy Orton. The original Four Horsemen. Yeah, Rotundo. What was it? Rotundo. Fuck. Where's my phone? Bray Wyatt's real name. Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda. Because he was related to the Wyndhams. So he was like generational fucking wrestling, man. And then the killed him. The Pope got him. That's why he had a bad heart. Donald, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I remember when Macho Man did the elbow on Ricky's neck. I thought he killed him. I cried. I was a little kid back then. I cried for Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I was like, he died. Hacksaw Jim Duggins from my town. My dad wrestled him in amateur wrestling because he went to Glens Falls and my dad went to South Glens Falls. The Dudleys. All right. I was thinking about my buddy one day because we were talking about my channel, and I was like, talking about Benoit. I fucking loved Benoit. What happened to Benoit and his family was a tragedy. But myself, I think there's a conspiracy behind Benoit and his family. I don't think Chris Benoit did it. I think there's a real bad thing that happened. No, I don't think it was roid rage. I think it was something else. I think it wasn't from the brain damage. I think, yeah, sacrifice. Dogman suplex, baby. Dogman plex. Just like Owen Hart, yeah. Dude, it was just so weird. Like, he loved his son. His son was his world. And handicap. And I don't see Benoit killing his son. Like, in the videos, you could see his love for his son. It was fucking weird. We don't know if he really did, though, Denise. That's what I'm saying. Chris Adams was great. Holy cow, I forgot about Adams. Bruno Sammartino. What was Bruno's son's name? He was good, too. Aqualord, he really did. I just think there's like a conspiracy behind it. And I think that, I really think that some really bad shit happened. Breedlove, yeah, he did. Bray Wyatt, he died of heart complications caused by the poke, supposedly. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh! How did I know he was talking about my mom back then? No, I'm just kidding. That's fucking bad. Sorry, Mom. All right. I grew up in the Kettle Morin State Forest in southern Wisconsin. I would constantly ride ATVs and dirt bikes on the south end of Whitewater Lake, a place called Natureland Park. This is a section of the Kettle Moraine that has 122 acres of trails and wilderness for people to enjoy. The borders that border the south end of Whitewater Lake. The trails are fairly well used during the summer, but not ever packed with people. When I was younger, some friends and I would run around Natureland Park doing what dumbass kids do. Just for the record, I lived about 18 minutes away from Bray Road and the supposed home of the Beast of Bray Road. Anyway, some friends and I were running around the trails of Natureland Park back in the day, probably around 8 of us or so. We heard something breaking branches off the trail, not too far from us. We all stopped and listened. There are no bear, no cat, nothing too scary around here. Maybe an occasional coyote, whitetail, raccoon, etc. But whatever this thing was, it was large. We were all a bit concerned. This thing must have moved because we heard a large snap of a branch. We took off running like a bunch of lunatics. We could hear this thing running behind us. It was literally like something out of a movie. My friend trips and falls, and we're all trying to catch up with the rest of our friends who had left us in the dust. As I stopped to help another kid, we both looked back down the trail to see the silhouette of something enormous standing in the trail and staring at us. I couldn't make out details. It was just a massive black mass of something that looked like it wanted to dismember us. I yelled, WTF is that? Just about that same time, this thing dropped down onto all fours and bolted off through the timber like a freight train. We got the F out of there as quick as possible. We could hear this thing busting through the woods, getting further and further from us. As we got to the parking lot, everyone around us heard the commotion. We got on our bikes and rode like crazy all the way back home. It's not too much of an encounter, but it was enough for me never to go back to Natureland Park at night ever again. This all happened about 35 years ago, and I've only told a handful of people. I actually feel a little bit better getting this out. Not too much happens around a small town. Suji, how are you? Yeah, it could have been anything. I mean, he did plainly say that he didn't see it because he was far enough away, Aramek. So it's better than saying, hey, and making up something, you know. Haku was awesome. That karate chop he did. I mean, because it did drop to all fours, but I've heard Bigfoot drop to all fours before as well. So we can't necessarily think because it dropped to all fours that it was a Dogman. It could have been a Bigfoot as well. Tammy, you didn't miss much. We've only been doing it for an hour, but I'm glad you're here with us. Donna, how are you? OG, Razor Ramon, the bad guy. Dusty Rhodes, great. He had written a book and bam, it disappeared. MS who? I must have missed something. Yeah, Haku was a badass. The Undertaker. Yeah, Tim, definitely. I mean, that's why I believe. So I believe that a lot of times there is misidentification between Dogman and Bigfoot because one, they both are huge. Two, they're both dark in color. And if you're far enough away in the woods that you just see an enormous shape and it doesn't have a side view and you don't see the ears, you'd think Bigfoot. I've heard both be able to run at great speeds on all fours. They both howl. So Andy Kaufman. Anastasia. Mean Gene was great. I loved Mean Gene. Rikishi and his stinky finger. Benoit did. Okay. Patty, what is the difference between Dogman and Bigfoot? Patty's got a joke for us all. What's the difference between Bigfoot and Dogman? Patty, what's the punchline? Yeah, Wilburn. Yep. Thank you. He was a great guy, an amazing guy. China was awesome. I'm waiting for the punchline, Patty. Jeff, do you think all Dogman and Sasquatch are demonic, or do you think there is a good in both? I don't think they're all demonic. I think that there's flesh and blood. They've been killed. I think that there are some that possibly may be demonic. I'm not sure. To be honest, I know there is some, but I know that's just my own opinion. I don't think they're all demonic. Robert Sharp, there's good in all creatures. Yes, absolutely. Second time asking this question. What's the documentary Eddie Guerrero and called regarding Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit? Would like to see it. I honestly, Rochelle, I just typed in, it's on YouTube. I know that. Just type in Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, because that's when Eddie Guerrero at the end says, I called him on the phone and da 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 da. And it's good. It's good. It's good. Aqualord, did you listen to the 2 hour and 40 Beyond the Ring? Yes. Did you listen to the 2 hour and 45 minute upload? Holy shit, Jim Baker's in the house. Jim Baker, everybody. We have the celebrity. Jim Baker is with us. Jim Baker, how is it hanging, my friend? What kind of creatures are the hide behinds? I think the hide behinds are crawlers. Crawlers. That's just, once again, my opinion. I'm not an expert, but I think they're crawlers or a crawler-like creature, just judging on the picture that Steph had drawn. Pull-offs, yep. Jabberwocky's a monster in a book. That's a fictitious creature. I forgot who wrote that. Was it Ernest Hemingway? The Jabberwocky. Lewis Carroll wrote the Jabberwocky. Well, it's a poem actually from 1871. The Jabberwocky it's a poem pre Through the Looking Glass, the sequel to Alice in Wonderland. Yes. Well, no, Charlie, the poem is before Through the Looking Glass. Google wouldn't lie to me. It's been months, brother. It's good seeing you, Jimmy Baker. Aqualord, I was going to go up today, but I couldn't. I couldn't go up there. I'll probably go tomorrow. Are mummies real? I don't think no. I mean, yes and no. I've been gaming a game called Hunter the Reckoning. The group's first hunt was a nest of crawlers. No shit. That's crazy. Jeff, I have a question. Shirley, what's your question? Donovan saying the Jabberwocky. Where does Dogman avoid shopping? Oh. Rose, where? Rochelle, tell me about that. The flea market. Oh, Rose. Rose Holt. Where do Dogman avoid shopping? The flea market. Rose got us. I feel like Tony Hinchcliffe with Kill Tony. Bobby, what's up? How are you? Do you think the reason why Dogman's knees pop are because he's older and the younger ones don't pop? I don't know, honestly. I honestly, what I saw, I didn't hear any popping. I think a lot of that stuff is, I don't know. Good question, but I can't give you an answer on that one, or my opinion on that one. Mike Breedlove, 100% true. Yeah, that Tibetan monk, he was creepy looking. Bloody Mary. Well, bears pop their jaws. I wonder if it's like a warning. Very good. Very interesting, Larry. That's fucking cool. I like that one. Guys, so the other night I was listening, I think some of those scary ass characters from the Resident Evil game. Cryptids. What do you all think? Yeah. Yeah. Not all, but yeah, some. Tracy, good idea, yeah. So I think like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, we were talking about like octopus and squid and shit, and how they have 33,000 genes. Humans have 17,000, and some scientists believe that octopi and like the cuttlefish and squid possibly came from outer space. And Jerry, I've read 4 already. And Elon Musk just said something about Mars. And because Mars is our closest planet, that Mars was like 85 to 90% water at one time. And that quite possibly that's where they came from. Patty. I looked, Patty, and I didn't see it. What's up, Steve? How are you? Elon versus Bezos? Elon, of course. But Bezos is fucking jacked now, so Dogman seemed to toy with people in their own amusement. Yeah, 100%. Hey, bud, how are you, baby? It is what it is. I'm good. How about yourself? Yeah, Glades. Absolutely. And they have more genes, too. Miss Firehorse, how are you tonight? I'm sorry I missed you. Thanks, Bobby. Oh, she just popped in real quick. She just pops in to check on her dad, and then she'll bounce out, go back to TikTok or talking to her boyfriend or something. Andy Davis is back. How are you, brother? Glad that you're back. What's up, Derek? How are you? Here we go. This is the one I wanted to read. Oh, thanks, Bobby. Jeff, my grands are listening and said hello. They love your videos. Well, tell them I said hello too. What's their names? I'll give them a shout out. They'd be willing to bet those don't get 10 plus taller either. Yeah, she does. He is outside my door probably. I'll have him come in a little bit. All right, this one was good. So this one kind of freaked me out because I'll explain after why. Aqua Lord. Andrew, hello, how are you? Wilburn, who's playing tonight? Jane, you going to bed? Donald, have a great night. Thank you for joining us. So recommended people interested in a film about skinwalkers written directly. I'm going to check that out, Rochelle. I'm going to check that out. Now, I don't think Jane's going to bed. I don't know what she's... No, she just said night. She likes to say random words sometimes. Sorry, Jane. Oregon 29. Ooh, shit. All right, here we go. I was a counselor at a high school in Las Vegas, Nevada, several years ago. One day, the principal brought two men in three-piece suits and a student to my office and asked me to register him. I'll leave out some details, but as I looked at the student, I saw that the pupils of his eyes were like cat eyes. Other than that, he was normal looking. The two men looked around my office and appeared not to notice my reaction. I asked the boy his name, and he gave me his first name. I began filling out forms, and one of the men said they would have to come back because they were late. They left, and I heard no more about it. I told the principal that the registration had not been completed, and he merely nodded and said there was no more discussion. I've often thought about that. The strange thing is that it's never spoken of, and I didn't mention it to anyone at the school, but I did tell my family. I've been following information at the time about supposed aliens at Area 51 and just assumed that they were testing the responses to this boy's eyes. He wouldn't have lasted a minute at a regular class, and I'm not sure why I didn't say something to the men about it. As I said, they just stood up, looked around the office, not appearing to notice my response. Looking at him, the boy gave me a little shock, but I assumed that they were from the base testing reactions. I thought later that this time he could probably wear contact lenses that would disguise his eyes. As I said, I was reading and following information at the time about aliens and probably took it more in stride than someone might have. So, cat eyes, Las Vegas, Nevada. I kind of agree with his opinions. We had that young man, Angel, who filmed that whole alien thing. There's been a lot of weird kind of things going on above the city of Vegas, like lights and shit like that. I definitely would have to say probably an alien. Legna 97, I'm glad you're here with us. Yeah, Oregon's going to take it though. I don't think South Carolina is going to come back. Mike Breedlove, I've got tons too. I'd like to hear yours. What's Dogman and werewolves' fascination with graveyards? I think that one, it's a quiet place. Two, dead bodies, maybe, but I think that more or less the soil, the atmosphere, the depression, and once again, that goes along with depression, like when people are dead, the families that come and visit them aren't happy. And dark vibes. Just like the whole like drug addiction, alcoholism, and mental illness. depression is something. So maybe they're just drawn to that. As Above is Below. Great movie, Ben Dean. Great movie. No, Andy Davis. Dogman doesn't have depression, and no one said that. You did, but I didn't. Jerry, I've done live interviews before. Scariest movie I've ever seen? My first time catching after watching your channel since the kid got dragged up. Gary Carmack, welcome back. Scariest movie. Fuck. I don't know. The one that had the worst, like the most negative I had the most negative reaction was Chud. Chud just fucked me up. But the movie Above is Below or whatever, the one that Ben Dean just said was a fucking awesome movie too. But Chud really just messed me up a lot. I don't like Descent. Descent movies scare me a little bit. Yeah, my best Scorpio. Descent scares me a little bit because of the actual reality of those creatures existing. What's that one? Green Jungle or whatever, where the cannibals cannibalize those people. Cannibal in the Jungle, yeah. Fuck, what was that movie? The Green Jungle or Bone Tomahawk is a good one. Green Inferno. Thank you, Tyler Marshall. Green Inferno. It was just, that messed me up too, because the shit's real. Mothman 46. Oh my God. Cannibalistic, humanoid, underground dweller. That movie messed me up. Andy Davis, there could be reality to that movie, to be quite honest with you. GG Mason, how are you? I forgot to say, I didn't see you there, so I apologize for not saying hi earlier. Faces of Death. Yeah, shit. Yeah, I gotta love the 80s. Dog Soldiers are good. But that Green Inferno movie was just like, I had my friend Zach told me about it. And I was like, what? What do you mean? And he's like, dude, you got to check it out. And I watched it and I was like, what the hell did I just watch? With The Exorcism, Emily Rose. Is that the old lady? Human Centipede messed me up. Yeah, me too, brother. Me too. So I think, Gary, for anybody who is new to the live streams, Phantasm, the tall man with the balls, of course he's got balls, but the steel balls. So anyone that's new to the live stream, the live streams are not like normal videos. I do narrate encounters, but it's a way of me meeting you guys and you guys meeting me. So what we'll do is I usually talk about, things that you guys are talking about, and then I throw some crap out, and then I'll do encounters. But I don't want anyone to just think, hey, why is he talking randomly about stuff? Because that's what we do on our live streams. It's just fun. Yeah, the Descent is just not good. Jeff, when you have time, Lake Worth Goatman. I did a couple videos about Lake Worth Goatman, Rose. Hostile, yeah, Hostile, absolutely. In Milk McLore, my little brother, a cave creature kills there are similarities between. Yeah, I think I read that before. Yeah. Yeah. a while ago. There was a while ago. Rose. So a couple of years back, maybe. Yeah, Eli Roth is awesome. Eli Roth. There's like a mini movie about Eli Roth in his like scary movies that he's done. Meat Train. Dude, do you guys remember like back in the day, like when Chud, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Phantasm, and all those Hellraisers and all those great movies. Remember that magazine, Fangoria? Dude, greatest magazine ever. Monsters and Mysteries of America. Yeah, Steve, I like that one. There's a new TV show that John Carpenter just put out on Peacock. Neighborhood Horrors or something like that. It's pretty good. Bad B? I'll have to check that out. Anything James Cameron a target when I hunt VHS? Ooh, yeah. James Cameron's good. They still publish Fangoria? No shit. Yeah, Mike Breedlove. I don't like spelunking. I've went spelunking a couple of times. And I remember when, yeah, it's on Peacock. Just type in John Carpenter and it'll pop up, Denise. I went spelunking and we were in a town called Chatham, New York. And it's just south of me. It's almost like in the beginning of the Catskills. And I had never went spelunking, but my friends were like, did it all the time apparently. And I remember we had to drop down this little friggin' hole and I'm having a panic attack already doing it. But when we got to this one section where there was water, I lost my marbles in there and I had to like get out as fast as possible. I will never spelunk again. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing. I already did that one. Yeah. Okay. Dude, what's that one the kid, they made a movie. There's a horror movie about it. It's not a horror movie, but it is technically a horror movie. Hang on. Oh, hang on. I gotta text my daughter good night. She's going to bed. Good night, baby. I love you. I'll see you in the morning. Joe the Caver or something. Horror movie about Caver. Not The Descent. Horror movie about a caver that gets stuck in the cave. Ted the Caver. Ted the Caver. There's a movie called Living Dark. Living Dark. And it's like, dude, it's crazy. To die. Can you imagine being stuck in a cave upside down? You're upside down. Your balls are in your mouth and you're gonna die. I would just be like, give me a gun and let me end this quickly, please. Please. Ugh. Who made and designed the intro animation of your episode, The Dogman? A friend of mine that lives in Australia, Wilburn. Yeah, that's a painting. That's Wilburn. That's a painting that a subscriber painted me. Sometimes you gotta die hard and die slow. Jeff, here's your. Okay, Patty, I'm waiting for the answer. I'm looking for you. Patty, type that answer. There's a movie called 28 Hours. What's that old werewolf movie? Yellow smiling faces. Don't remember that movie. Patty, you got the balls that hang. Exorcist 3. The new Exorcist one is creepy. What's up, lunatic savage? I'm waiting. Patty, come on, type the answer in. I'm waiting. I'm going to have to start narrating again. Whatever you terror in the woods, these woods are haunted. I don't know. Shane, I hope so. I really do. I really hope that he reaches out. I hope nothing bad happened to him. Sean, sorry. I heard they just covered the opening to the cave up so no one could. They covered it up a while ago, Gigi, when it happened. But yeah, absolute shitty way to die. Exorcism of the Pope. That was a good movie. Some was real, some wasn't, though. They played it off like it was going to be like a real movie, and I wish they didn't. Patty, where's the punchline, Patty? I'm only teasing, Patty. Hardeth. What's the difference between Bigfoot and PMS? I don't know. Wilburn, have a wonderful night. Is Oregon still winning? Frankenhooker is a movie? Jeff, what do you think is the most haunted active place in the United States? Conjuring House is pretty active. Skinwalker Ranch, obviously. Conjuring, Skinwalker Ranch. Probably the most active would be Skinwalker Ranch in my eyes. For just supernatural, like just paranormal, I'd say Conjuring House, because I caught some crazy shit there, but I've caught crazy shit here too. Hannah, how are you? Hannah and Jean. Stanley Hotel. I need to go there. 3814. Never been to Salem. Want to go there? There's a lot. Hey Pearl, how are you? There's a lot of. I think the East Coast has a lot of like bad juju. You know what I mean? Colorado Mountain. Yeah, definitely. We can't forget. We've talked about it for a half an hour prior to Denver Airport. You know, old prisons. The old Penn in Rollins, Wyoming. Winchester Mansion would just be a fun place to just go. Maybe they won't print it because there's a swear word in it. Yeah, I'm waiting. Maybe they won't print it. They should be able to. I'm cursing all the time. Session 9. Oh, yeah, Session 9. That is good. Yes. That's a good movie.
$20 is $20.
There are 3 ranches called that. One Utah. Jeannie, have a good night. Aramic, you must not have been here for that upload or that live stream. Yeah, definitely don't go looking for him, Jerry. Definitely not. Absolutely not. No, crazy. I just said it. $20 is $20. So that whole thing, there's a live stream that some people were walking and I yelled it out and it was funny. There's some people outside, Snowman Dave. Zach Bagins' house, his haunted museum is fucking bad too. My daughter watches Sam and Colby, YouTube kids that go to paranormal places, and they went to the Zach Bagins Vegas Haunted Museum, and it was a messed up place, a very messed up place. Oh, Aramic, you're good. No, I was saying before, like a couple uploads ago or a couple live streams ago. What's the other ranch? Like Skinwalker, Wilson Ranch. Wilson Ranch is Skinwalker Ranch. Initially. Zach needs to just get punched right in the nuts. I'm not a big fan of Zach Bagins. Nino, you sexy MFer. How are you? Don't we all, Jerry? Don't we all, brother? Any new? Nothing, lunatic. Nothing. What's that one in Georgia? I guess there's like a haunted, or not haunted, but very similar location to Skinwalker Ranch, or very similar activity, but on the East Coast, I think in Georgia or something. Stardust. Yes. Stardust. Thank you, Glades. Thank you. Zach did bring it to himself. Like, okay, that one in Ohio, that house that he bought in Ohio, where the black family lived, and like, dude, they were like, leave us alone. But he kept pushing it, and that little boy had gotten possessed. What do you think is going to happen? But I think a lot of what Bagins does is just, Hell House. I think what a lot of Bagins does is he creates a lot of stuff, because in that movie, The Hell House, he talks about, oh, and after this event, I have now to wear these thick glasses. But he wore those thick glasses 10 years prior. Jordy, in the Adirondacks. Yes, there's Dogman and Bigfoot in the Adirondacks, brother. Sean, have a good night. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate that. Sorry for calling you Shane. Yeah, the face mask. He's such a cheese dick. He really is. Yeah, anesthesia. It was good a long time ago. But, like, I used to live about 2 miles from Skinwalker Ranch. Oh, shit. You know what, Linda? Just fall asleep and listen to us to hang out. I don't know. You don't need to stay up. Just pass out and have good dreams. He is a bully. He is a bully. You're 100% correct. I know the Andertons pups. They're good friends of mine. I'm just teasing. This incident happened 9 years ago, 2014, during the summer. At the time, we lived in a small subdivision near Greensburg, Indiana, Decatur County. My house was in front of a small forested area, so the backyard is a large clearing with lots of trees behind it, which is bordered by a fence my dad had built. In the backyard, there's a greenhouse and a shed. Behind the trees is a small trailer park. I remember going outside on a cloudy day to get my dog since he was outside. He was outside way longer than usual, so I got a little worried about him. As I went down the balcony steps to go in the backyard, my dog instantly ran toward the trees and started barking. I looked up in the trees and I saw this purplish colored humanoid figure, 6 feet tall with wings. The creature most likely saw me, and it climbed through the trees and bushes, attempting to fly up, but it couldn't since the trees were so thick. I ran up the stairs to the balcony and watched my dog continue to bark. The creature disappeared, so I was worried about where it had gone. I'm not sure what happened after this, as my memory is quite foggy about the incident, but I'm guessing that I ran inside and hid. I have no idea what this was, but I was intrigued by winged humanoid sightings in the Chicago area. The shade of this being was distinctly purple in color, maybe membranes. It seemed to have membranes like a wing of a bat. The head was fairly large compared to its body, but that was the extent of any details that I do remember. It didn't make any sounds that I recall. I didn't see the wings fully unfurled either. Myrtle Plantation. Me and Dark Waters are going to be going there together. That's one of our goals, is to do, me and Dark Waters, to do a paranormal investigation. The one-eyed, one-horned, purple flying people eater. Nothing yet, Silver Fox, but I do have a proofreader. Kyle Kincaid, like that one. Nothing, lunatic. Nothing, brother. Sorry. All right, Andy Davis. Anastasia, I have to agree. I do agree with you. I think the Mothman is an evil entity. I'm definitely going to go to Utah. That's one place I want to go to. See, you saw but not my answer. Yeah, Patty, I'm seeing everything else that you write, but not your answers. Jerry, do you believe in God or a higher power? Yeah, I say God bless to everyone at the end of every video. And yes, I do believe in God. 100%. I don't say that just because I say it. I mean it. Like I truly, was brought up Roman Catholic, and my family is Mohawk on my mom's side, and so I was raised kind of in both cultures, and yeah, they're waiting their shout out. Lacey and Mackie, how are you? Thank you for joining us, guys. Sorry if I curse sometimes. Just cover your ears. Dracula's castle would be cool. I'd love to go there. But, Jerry, I don't know how new you are to the channel, but I used to say, may the Great Spirit watch may the Great Spirit watch over us and guide us through our path of life. And then Dark Waters and I talked extensively for 2 days, and I turned my life over to Christ. And since then, I do believe in God. I believe that there's an ultimate creator. But by believing in God, there's definitely evil too. Kyle, thanks, brother. I appreciate that so much. Potty mouth Dogman. Dogman has a bad mouth. I'm telling you. Lanier Lake. Vlad Tupe. As good is how evil is evil. Yes, sir. I water skied on. I keep everyone in my prayers, to be honest with you. I actually, when I go to bed, I say prayers, and every night I say a prayer. And I make it quick, because God's a pretty busy guy. But I every night I just say, please watch over my immediate family, my kids and shit. But then I say, please watch over my Dogman fam. Jersey, 100%, 100%. I agree 100% with you. I'm gonna talk for a few minutes and hang out with a few minutes. I have a hypothesis that I'd like to share regarding southern Idaho. Cletus, let's hear it, brother. Andy, I know you're not. I truly know you're not talking out your ass, brother. 100%, Pops. 100%. No harm in wishing the best for everyone. No, there's not. There's not. What's 10 seconds of my life to wish you all happiness and safety at the end of the night? It's not. Good energy is real. Absolutely. Alan Howell, how are you? Oh, Joe, definitely. Tony's in my prayers, 100%. Pups just said good energy is real. I want to show you my daughter, Abby, my oldest daughter, is really creative. And she made this out of wire and turquoise, but she made a tree of life kind of little thing that I hang in my studio, and I just think it's so cool. Fucking awesome. I love it. But I have this hanging right next to it, which is, I believe, St. Christopher. So Susie, I'm glad you're here with us. It doesn't matter. I'm glad you're here with us. Yeah, dude, Abby, my bud is like, both my girls are awesome. Just like everybody who has kids. Everybody's kids are fucking awesome. You know what I mean? They do amazing shit. Kids do. But Abby is she's very crafty, crafty. She's crafty as well, but she's very crafty that way. And very cool. Used to be aliens? No, crazy. Patron saint of travel, absolutely. Daughters are cool. I am so glad that when your BS meter is on, so you shut the interview down or just not post it. You do a great job. Well, Mike, here's the deal. Here's the deal with that. Mike Breedlove asked a question. When your BS meter is on, so you shut the interview down or just not post it. To be honest with you, the way I look at it is I had my own encounter. My own encounter is the only one that I truthfully know happened 100% without a doubt. Okay. Let's say you contacted me and said, I had this encounter happen, and you told somebody else and they kind of were like, whoa, I wasn't there. So I can't necessarily say it's real or not. There's been one time that I did one time, and I hate admitting it, but it's real, that I actually recorded an interview with a person, and at the end it was just a shit show, and I didn't post it, and that's the only reason. But Princess OPD, how are you? Oh, Pops, thank you so much. Thank you. I'll split that with her. Mike, I'm glad that you're here with us. This one is pretty good. I think you guys are going to like this. If Libra's in the house with us still, I know she will. So here we go. I'll admit, I wrote Anne Rice about my account of my encounter with a vampire. I find it interesting that she first wrote Interview with a Vampire in 1973. The book was published in 76. I didn't read it until 80. Upon reading the book, I felt she may have met the same person I met in 73. I've never received a reply from her. I do realize that she probably gets thousands of emails per month on her website. I wrote her back in 2001. I've told my experience several times to several different people and always get the same response, one of disbelief. Although my mom and sister sometimes still tease me asking, do you remember when you dated that vampire? I'm now 51 years old. 34 years ago, when I was 17, in that summer, I was working for the United States Forest Service as an intern through a government program called the Neighborhood Youth Corps. We planted trees and dug potential fire break lines in the forest of northern Idaho. A firefighting crew came into town midsummer since it was practically dry summer and was on standby just in case they were needed. Among that crew was the most beautiful young man I had ever seen. He had long blonde hair and perfectly symmetrical features. He reminded me of a more refined version of Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin. He was tall and handsome and everything I ever thought I would give up my V2. I spent a lot of time just looking at him. He apparently noticed and began talking to me when the crew came into town from their forest situations. He asked me out one day and I was ecstatic. We met for dinner several times, always late after 10 p.m. He never ate, urging me to order whatever I would like to have, and he'd have a glass of wine. I never knew how old he was, but the drinking age in Idaho at the time was 19. He also had a European accent of some sort. He said he was from Germany. He would part at the restaurant. We would part at the restaurant, and he never made an attempt to kiss me, which I always thought was strange, since every guy I dated prior always tried to. One night, I suggested we meet at a place very near my apartment, as I planned to ask him back to the house afterward for whatever. You got it, I wanted him. Fast forward to my apartment after opening a bottle of wine and chatting. He said he wanted to take me into his confidence because he really liked me. He continued to say that he doesn't usually tell anyone the truth about him because it scares people. Okay, I felt the first flash of fear. He then went on to tell me he is from Germany and he is over 400 years old, that he was a vampire. I didn't know what to say, so I asked, "What do you mean, vampire?" He said he was from an aristocratic family and chosen and attacked by a vampire in his family estate. He was made a vampire by his attacker. By what he had become, he left with these other vampires and traveled all over the world. He came to hate him so much that he branched out on his own in France after many years. I asked him if he drank blood and killed people. He paused and said, yeah, sometimes. He chose to take a human life. Okay, at this point, my fear is turning into terror. He's either a psychopath with a really interesting story, or he was the real thing, and I was about to die either way. I told him he was scaring me. He said he thought he probably would, and that was not his intention. It was hard for him to make friends, and when he felt he could trust someone, he would tell them the truth about himself, since his lifestyle was not ordinary and needed the acceptance of what friends he had to maintain his friendship. He also told me that he knew I was expecting to have sex with him, and that he would agree to have sex with me, but it was no longer pleasurable to him. By this time, I'm really freaked out, and I said, I think you should leave. I remember he looked really sad. He said, of course he would leave, but he wanted me to think about being friends with him. I said, I don't think so. You need to leave. He got up slowly, picking up his jacket, and reached inside of his jacket pocket for a pen and paper. I was really shaking by this time and thought every move was a plot to kill me. But he wrote down his phone number at the camp on a piece of paper and said, if you change your mind, please call me. When he walked out the door, I was trembling so badly I could barely dial the phone. I called my mom to come and get me and to take me home that night. I told her I just ended a date with a real creepy guy. I paced that floor until she got there, listening for any sounds that may indicate he was breaking into my apartment. I told my parents, and they said I did the right thing by calling them. My dad said, it's time for you to move out of that apartment, and I did. I never called the guy again. I never saw him again. His name was Manfred Kistner. I have never forgotten him. I thought he was a psycho until I read Interview with a Vampire with Anne Rice. I have wondered for 28 years now if he is who Anne Rice called Lasat. Believe it or not, but this really happened to me. Okay, so Danny, have a great night. Here's the thing with that. I knew you'd like it, Libra. She had this experience in 73. Anne Rice wrote Interview with a Vampire in 73, published it in 76. Now, what if Anne Rice met this guy years before her? You know what I mean? Because she obviously couldn't write the book in a month. Or maybe she did. Who knows? Maybe she really is a vampire. Wouldn't that be fucked up if Anne Rice was a vampire? Oh, Libra, if you listen back to the if you replay the live at later, you can hear it. It's pretty good. It was actually really good. Danny, thank you. Have a great night. It would be miserable being a vampire. It would be fucking terrible. Because, like, Hollywood has portrayed them to be this, like, evil creature. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But you'd be lonely. You'd be absolutely lonely. Because you'd be hungry all the time. I would eat people just for fun. I'd scare the living shit out of people. I'd be like, ah. You can believe people 100% until they're proven false. Truth Quest, 100%. If werewolves basically exist, then vampires definitely exist. Well, basically, Libra, no, they definitely exist. I would rob bloodmobiles. Anne Rice died in Christmas last year. Hey, Nicole, how are you? Boris Karloff. Yeah, boy. Yeah, yeah. And who's to say, okay, here's the thing. We have an established, okay, Hollywood has ingrained in our mentality that vampires are evil, right? And that they have no soul. How do we know this? We don't. We really don't. Just like Hollywood has told us that the Wendigo has deer antlers. They don't. That's like a Norris creature, you know? It's just crazy. So what if they're actually not like these soulless, bloodthirsty fuckers? What's up, Mike Spano? How are you? I think Bela Lugosi was buried. I know his mirror, either Bela Lugosi's mirror or Boris Karloff has this mirror that's supposedly haunted. DL, have a good night. Well, we could go all Twilight. Okay, here, think about this. Twilight, if vampires exist, right? But how they show the Dogman or the whatever, pretty crazy. Yeah, Zach does own that mirror. Good one, Eric Mac. Joe Baker, 100%. I'm doing good, thank you, and they're doing well. MS pulls the old Buffy out of the bag. Old Angel and Spike. Good old Spike. Could be soft disclosures. Like someone said earlier, all these movies may be soft disclosures. I know I for 100% think Descent was a soft disclosure. 100%. Possibly Dog Soldiers. Morbius. Yeah, Morbius is who's Morbius's arch enemy? Werewolf by Night. Bela Lugosi. Dude, Boris Karloff, wasn't Boris Karloff in that Boris Karloff was in a movie called Arsenic and Old Lace. And he there was a line in that movie or in the play that said, "You look just like Boris Karloff." And in the movie, it was Boris Karloff. Grim, yeah. Black Mirror Dog Soldier episode. Mark, absolutely. I acknowledge them here tonight. Buddy's here. Come on, buddy. Come here. Hey, come on. Buddy's here, guys. Say hi, buddy. There he is. No thoughts on that, RH. No thoughts. Look at Buddy. He's back. Here you go, boy. We're the only Dogman fam with a cat as a mascot. Yeah, good boy. You go, boy. You go, boy. Dude, I swear to God, you guys love him more than you love me. I'm just kidding. We as a civilization have lost a lot of old knowledge. What do you think we have stories like Little Red Riding Hood for? Exactly, Larry. Exactly. He's your boy. He is a big cat. He's my best friend. It's a baby liger. What's up, buddy? Huh? You stinky boy, huh? You stinky boy. I'll get back to you about working at the coroner's office. Let's think we'll learn about it. What, buddy? I know he is the star of the show. Everyone gets excited when they see him. What? Okay, I'll pet you. Hang on. All right, here we go. Oh, Jesus, Tigger. I was driving to Edmond, Alberta one night, and I was coming to the Hanging Stone River. I had just passed the Department of Highways yard and was parallel to the Hanging Stone campground when I noticed two bright reflections on the other side of the river on the slope of the hill near the top. This grabbed my attention at the time because I had driven that highway for years and couldn't remember seeing reflectors in that spot before. As I crested the hill on the north side of the river, heading down to the bridge, I was still looking at the reflections when I realized that it wasn't reflectors at all, but eye shine, because I could see a silhouette of some kind of animal. The eyes were huge, as I mentioned before. I thought they were reflectors of some sort, never taking my eyes off them. It was dimly lit by my headlights, and it was about halfway between the road and the tree line. As I was driving past this thing, I could see the shape of it, and what looked like me was a giant doe or cow because there were no antlers. It was sitting on its haunches just like a dog would do. It never shifted its gaze. It just sat there staring across the river. I was looking at it as a profile as I passed. The first thing that crossed my mind was the sheer size of this thing. I figured, that's a really big cow. Then it struck me as how odd it was for a cow to be sitting on its haunches like that because It really looked like an enormous dog. Then the goosebumps hit me, and I pedaled to the metal and sped away. But as I did that, I was thinking of how silly I was being afraid of this thing. I can still picture in my mind's eye just sitting there staring at me across the river. It looked like a giant dog, but my mind would not let me process it. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Who said that? What's up, Desi? How are you? Have you lost weight? Jeff, have you lost weight? Sorry, you look thinner. Or your cat is massively. 4. Tigger is fully grown. Yeah, he's fully grown. Jeff, not that it's our business, but how is your health? Everything looks good from here. I'm doing good. I have lab work coming up in a couple weeks. I have one the same color. My mom worked at the antique store in Long Island. A couple came in dressed like hippie attire and they had no reflection. Oh, Erica, that's creepy. Yeah, I hate blood draws. I have to do, usually it's they put the one IV in, but they take like 16 of those little bottles out. I think. Jesus, you're taking up the show, you prick. I know his head is huge. It's actually, it looks smaller. Like, here's my head next to his head. So he's big. Here. All right, get down. You tried to bite me, didn't you, you prick? Let's see if we can get him to do his face thing. No, he's not going to do it. All right, get down. Get down. Bye. I tell you what, Libra, to be honest with you, he's right here. He didn't leave. To be honest with you, that bout of depression I had, 2 months, it lasted the entire summer, was the worst. And I think that really took me down a lot too. It's in my beard and everything. Jesus Christ. He is the best mascot. Jeff, I still have an experience since I'd love to share with you. I emailed you my number and asked you to text, but yeah, Patty, I didn't get it. There's times that I don't get people's emails and times that I do. For some reason, it's weird. Try to email me again, please. Thanks, Libra. I appreciate that. Taz Blackwell. Who doesn't have a gun when hiking looking for these things? Taz, who are you talking about? Rhonda, I haven't been ignoring you. What? I've been reading. I've been trying to get everybody. I commented best mascot. No, Aqualord, I'm sober. I can't do anything like that. I won't touch any kind of mind altering substances. I'm here for you, pups. I'm here for you. I know that Liger encounter was awful. He wanted a piece. I should get another dog. You should, Larry, just get a Maine Coon cat, buddy. Thanks, MS. Kevin, 100%. I like the only thing that I do that wouldn't constitute me as being a straight edge would be nicotine. I wonder if that person was talking about me, that Taz guy. I carry a firearm with me when I go hiking. I just don't put it on camera because I don't think it's necessary for me to. But I carry a Caltech shotgun with me. I know there's dogmen in the UK, 100%. Contractor Steph, you mean? The guy named Steph? God damn, it's still in my beard. State of emergency in Iceland. Oh yeah, I saw that. There's an actual YouTube channel that it has live coverage of the volcanoes erupting all around the world. Slug shots? No. I forget the name. I think they're Federal. No, Winchester Federal or something. It's a slug with 3 double-aught buck behind it. Can Dogman travel on farmland, rural areas? Jeff only asked because I live in it. Yes, 100%. 100%, Libra. Here, I'll put my email in, Patty. I'll put my email in the chat right now. Anybody who wants to email me, my email is in the chat right now at gmail.com. Bam. It's right under Anastasia. Yeah, oh, she says. The channel Aqua Lord, they're an awesome round. I forget the name of them though. I think it's Winchester. Winchester, Defender, Slug, and 3 double-aught buck. Yeah, it's called the Winchester Defender 12 gauge Slug buckshot combo. They're a little pricey, but it's $20 for 10 of them. And I don't know if you can see, that's what the box looks like. But it's definitely going to keep anything away from me. You know what I mean? I see you, girl. I see you, Rhonda. I don't know. I didn't see anything you said before that, though, because I didn't, Dogman. Taz Blackwell. I think that I think Alaska. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, there's Dogman in Alaska, Bigfoot in Alaska, the Wahila in the Headless Valley. I think is a Dogman. That's my own belief. PayPal won't let me buy ammo, certain types of attachments, as well as what the fuck. I'm not sure why that is, bud. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, can't forget Fort Scott TUI. I'm not sponsored by them yet, Fort Scott, but you should sponsor me, Fort Scott TUI. Probably some of the best 9mm rounds you could ever buy. No, I'm just kidding. That's fucking dumb. Blows my mind that such a large portion of the states are not strapped. Absolutely. Absolutely, Libra. I was talking about we need a Winchester Dogman special. Well, I think that's why I've already did MS. I already did like 7 uploads about Port Chatham. I think that's why Tony Remore created the I see you, Rhonda. I think Tony Remore created the 458 SOCOM just for Dogman, not for stopping car bombs, but for Dogman. Just kidding. Oh, that's what I wanted to share. I'm not a big fan of NVTV, and I'll tell you why. My friend Elias Hernandez created that Dogman video, but it was actually his movie, and he said he wrote NVTV and said, "Why do you keep saying my movie that I made is a real Dogman when it's not?" And they made a video about it and said, "Hey, this is Elias Hernandez." They never mentioned his name. They said something, and then like a week later, they went and said it was still real. So, I mean, if someone's capable of doing that, to me, that doesn't seem very legit. Yes, we're live, Dina. We're live right now. All right, Rhonda. I know you do. I keep you all in my prayers too. That YouTube channel with the live I heard the 40 cal doesn't tumble as well. The 40 cal, there's videos, Caden, on all of their ammo, and they all do the same exact tumble and roll. To be honest, they tested everyone in the same ballistic gel. Let me tell you that YouTube channel about the volcanoes. Live. Okay, the live channel that has lives of volcanoes erupting all the time is called AFAR TV. It's AFAR TV. Jeff, since there are Dogman across the world, do you know the other names for Dogman that they call them? I heard of a Tiger Man in Southeast Asia. I don't know all the names there. I know some like of the African names, not off the top of my head, but I have heard of like a Tiger Man in Southeast Asia. There's feline bipedal creatures in Central and Southern America. I think you should put together an exploration and then yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it, Taz? I'd like to do that. But I can't because my daughters, until they're out of my house, then I can start doing stuff like that. Two-way. Dad is going in the hospital not this coming week, but the next week for his surgery. Kevin, no. I don't like dogs. I like dogs, but I don't like dogs like to have as a pet because of Tigger. It wouldn't be fair to him. So God forbid if he ever passes, I'll probably get a dog, but not right now. Well, I'm not a dog person. I like dogs. I just have Tigger. Because Tigger would not, like, me and Belle tried to adopt a dog. And I said to the lady, it was like this adoption agency for dogs. And I said, listen, I have a Maine Coon cat. I said, I really would love to have this dog. But what happens if my cat and this dog don't get along? And she said, give it 2 or 3 days and let's see what happens. Within the first 6 hours of that dog being in the house, it wasn't fair to the dog because Tigger had the dog cornered at one point. The dog was crying because of Tigger. I had to keep Tigger in my bedroom, and it wasn't fair. It was just not fair. But if I was ever going to get a dog, I'd probably get a foxhound. Just for that reason, for them being hunting dogs, protecting dogs, and smart. Yeah, the Webley. Just got a call and had to tell the nurse I'm on vacation. I love horses. Horses are awesome. I think if I got a horse, I'd be able to pick up chicks. I'd put a cowboy hat on and wear some Wranglers. Hell yeah. All the girls would be coming my way. All right. I want to share my account regarding a predator-like being. It was sometime back in 2006 or 7. My kids and my friends were having a campfire in my yard right outside of my home. I don't know if you guys remember me sharing this. I talked about it the other night, but I wanted to share the entire experience. Assless chaps, 100% I would wear those. So no, I'm just kidding. Fucking kidding. Assless chaps. All right, so here we go. I want to share my account regarding a predator-like creature. It was sometime in 2006 or 7. My kids and friends were having a campfire in the yard right outside of our home. We live outside of our town and have wooded areas all around us. On the edge of the Adirondack Mountains in New York, off the deck of our house was a fire ring with a small above-ground pool. Next to that, our property is lined with white pine tree, which are quite big and very branchy. The woods behind the pool go back quite a ways, and the pine trees are continuous throughout the woods. I had just brought out the marshmallows for the fire and sat in my chair with my back to the side of the property with the trees leading to the woods. To my right, it was light out, and I sat listening to the chatter of the kids while gazing into the woods, trying to relax. There was no wind or breeze, and it was quite a nice night. I noticed a movement in the trees to my right, up in the branches that were just behind the pool. I stared at the area because I saw something move, but nothing was there. As I stared, I started to see some kind of movement, but it was like the branches and pine needles moved instead of an animal or a creature, which didn't make sense. I watched for about a minute when the movement leaped, for lack of a better word, to the next tree that was closer to us. There was no noise and no swaying of branches like one would expect if there was any weight in the tree. As I watched, I noticed that I was seeing pixels, like in a digital picture moving. I made out the shape of something that had arms and legs and a head, but not quite human-like. The shape was hunched down on the branch with one arm holding the tree trunk. Its legs bent like as if it was squatting, and it felt like I was being watched, even though I couldn't see its face. It was just pixelated movements in the shape of this creature. It had moved closer to us and was in the tree on our side of the pool now. When I realized how close it was, I told the kids it's time to go inside. They fussed a bit, but I insisted we go in now. Right then, my son saw me looking up into the trees and asked what I was looking at. Of course, I told him nothing. I didn't take my eyes off that shape, and as soon as the kids got out and moved up and moved toward the deck to go inside, the shape moved from the branch. It was moving back to the tree where I first noticed it. The movement was so fast, so effortless, and so silent that I got scared. It then vanished into the woods, moving from tree limb to tree limb, and was gone in a matter of seconds. Nothing. I know no creature can move like that I know of, and nothing really fits that description. I've never seen it again, and I still live in that same house. We all have eerie feelings about the woods behind our house, and that feeling remains with us to this day. Anytime we walk through the wooded area, we have sections of woods that we do not venture into for no apparent reason, except for that uneasy feeling we all get. The Kelpie. Oh shit. The Kelpie. It lures you into the water and then drowns you. Thank you, Rhonda Wolf. I appreciate that. Thank you. Clydesdales are awesome. My dad had a friend. The guy passed away since, but he had a bunch of Clydesdales, and he took a year off from work from the paper mill, and he had a covered wagon, and he went from South Glens Falls, New York, all the way to California and back in his covered wagon with his horses. It was pretty cool. Truth Quest, watch that channel, Afar TV. You'll be able to see it live. I guarantee it's live right now. Yep, it's live right now from Iceland. We see so little of the spectrum. Absolutely. Absolutely. I rode in the parade with a Budweiser Clydesdale. No shit. Definitely won't affect the United Kingdom. How many years do you got before you can start exploring? I don't know. You could start exploring anytime, Taz. I've been researching these things since 1994. It was harder back then because there was no internet and stuff like that. But at any time. Horseless carriage. Predator wasn't. Dude, that new Prey movie, I really think that Prey movie I think there was some truth to that one. I don't know. Anyone else? And that's comment into Libra. That new Predator Prey movie, I really think was definitely a documentary. It's actually a good movie, VHS. No, you definitely can't beat it. It's really good. It's Native Americans. And what if the Yautja, which would the predator, the Yautja, came to America during that time? And it actually, remember Predator 2? When the flintlock gun, when he had the flintlock gun, he was given to Danny Glover, I think it was. That flintlock gun goes back to the new Prey movie. Yautja is Yucha, Yautja Prime. What's up, Levi? Yeah, I looked at it a little bit. Yep. It not as compelling as the one where the guy specifically that was collecting mushrooms and specifically said it had golden eyes. So I really think it was just a wolf attack. But the guy that was attacked in Oregon like 3 months ago, is that, which one are you talking about? Back in April, is that the one that you were talking about? Where the guy, he was collecting this late one? There's only one that I'm looking at, and that was in April. Where did you hear about it? The one in Jefferson County? Sounds good, Corey. The other day. Damn. Where was it? Where in Oregon, Levi? Because there's one in Golden Hill, which was in April. Yeah, that's the only one I'm coming up with. Kevin, that guy's a fraud. That guy's 100% a fraud. Jeff, anymore? No, nothing as of late, Libra. Thank God. Miller County, Arkansas. All right, Corey, I want to hear. I want to see that, please. Pups would make me jump too. Scariest movie out right now? I don't know. Me too, right, Libra? Dude, in the beginning I thought he was real, but I think he got TikTok fame. Newest scary movie. Saw X was good. Larry Lindman, holy shit. Thank you, brother. Demeter was good. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that, brother. And I think you should get, instead of a dog, get a Maine Coon cat. Because they'll love you forever. So won't a dog, but just try a Maine Coon cat. He's standing there right watching me right now. Demeter was real good. I loved Demeter. Larry the legend, the myth, the motherfucking... Wait, Larry the legend, the myth. Larry the legend, the myth, the saga continues. Pain hustle. I'll put that on. I actually wore it last night because it was freezing out. Yeah, not a big fan of him, Anastasia. And I'll tell you why. Is because he like did a couple of things that I've done already, and he's kind of following like a line that I did, like the Sean Atwood interview. It was kind of funny. RH, my house, that was good. I like that. Team Jacob. All right. It's almost 3. What was that? TikTok dork. TikTok dork. What was that? TikTok dork. What do you mean, Larry? Oh, yeah. That guy. Yes. What was that? TikTok dork. Yes, that's who we were talking about. So, like, I really honestly think that in the beginning, like when his chicken coops were getting robbed, right? And his son and him went out the first couple of times. I really honestly think that there was some serious shit going on, you know? Fourth Kind is awesome movie. Awesome movie. I mean, he's probably a good guy. I mean, I know him, I know of him, but I just thought it was funny that all of a sudden, like, it's just weird, and maybe it's in my own head, but I just I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, TikTok guy. So I really think in the very beginning, he some shit was really going on at his house, right? But then, because all he was doing was like fishing stuff on TikTok, right? But then all of a sudden, he has this crazy stuff happen to him. He didn't even know what cryptids were in the very beginning. So that's why I think it was real at first. I think something popped up. Donna Harmon, have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming. So then all of a sudden, his shit goes viral because people are like, holy shit, he actually filmed the eye shine and stuff. And I think there was a certain level or a certain spot where things went from real to fake. And yeah, I know MS. I definitely will. So I think things went from real to fake when things went viral, because we know these things don't stay in one location for too long. You know what I mean? Like, you might have one in your area for a month, maybe 2, but like things were just perpetually getting out of hand. That's my own opinion. And it's easy if you hear a helicopter outside of your house going over to film it and say, oh, like I have helicopters that go over my house all the time to the hospital. I could film that and be like, holy shit, they're coming. Just my own opinion. But I really think in the very beginning, it was real. On the gifting rock. Yes, that's who I'm talking about. Yeah. Guys, we're back at the gifting rock, and I'm going to put this chicken bone down, and maybe it'll be gone tomorrow. And then an hour later, he goes, guys, we're back at the gifting rock, and the chicken bone is gone. What should we do? Yeah, exactly. If there's anything fucking out there, you don't put an apple for the thing. And then he falls down. Yep. Who said that? And when he passed out, guys, I was dragged through my property, and I'm okay. I'm okay. But I think Bigfoot violated my butthole. Uh, Kevin, Maryland is a hot spot. Not a hot spot, but a spot. Yes. Luke from Taylor, Mississippi now lives in Maryland. And there's definitely Dogman activity there stretched out. There's definitely Dogman activity. Guys, I think I left my wife's dildo on the gifting rock, and the Bigfoot violated me with it. Skipping the ads. Do you think Bigfoot migrates from Alaska to the lower states? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. I don't think they migrate. I don't think. Okay, here. Why I don't think Jeff met my grandson Evan. This is more. I said Erie area. Quite possibly there is. My grandson haven't talked to you in a long time. Saturday night. There is Dogman by the Great Lakes, yes. But they move around. They're nomadic. I think they're nomadic. I don't think they migrate. Birds migrate. These creatures are built for cold. You know, like Dogman and Bigfoot, they're genetically built for the cold. Just like when Nick Van Drimeny wrote in the Predation about Neanderthal. You know, Neanderthal didn't wear loincloths. They were hairy. Why? Because of the cold. What's up, Eunice? Miss Felon Cat. Yes. Janie, have a good night. Love you, dearie. Hang on, I got a good one for you. Guys, we're back at the gifting rock. Look what they left for me. They left this at the gifting rock for me. Is this a sign? I left a pencil, and they left this for me. What should we do? Oh, balls. No, I saw them. I saw them. Oh my God. I am not commenting, little. Good night, Miss Mount. I truly, honestly believe that there was something going on in the beginning. I think he got Dogman. I think he got like viral fame and he needed to continue it because it became like, you know, it became important to him. I mean, have you seen him? Guys, we're back at the Gifting Rock. I love that shit. How many years before you could do a Kaz, you could go now. I don't know what you mean. Martha, I know. I commented back to you, dear. Gigi, thank you. Oh shit. $20 is $20. That's what he should do. He should put a $20 bill on the Gifting Rock and see what happens. Guys, we're back at the Gifting Rock, and I just left a 20. What do you think will happen? Yeah. Way too brave. Way too brave. Dude, he would be oh my shit. AWD, he would be like the next perfect character. Went to the Gifting Rock to get rocked. Bigfoot made butt beads out of little rocks. That's why he went to the Gifting Rock so much. Chode. He is a chode. He looks like a chode. Oh my god. Anal stones. Oh. Totally not Bella. Oh fuck, man. Well, dude, okay, here. For this reason, when Tim Baker told me this story, so we all heard about that story, the Lover's Lane, when he passed out. Yeah, dude, when he passed out, he was in the tent, right? And Bigfoot crawled in the tent and looked at him and said, Bigfoot crawled in the dude's tent because he was breathing heavy outside the tent, right? So Bigfoot pops his head in and looks at the guy, and the guy's like, holy shit, guys. Bigfoot goes, shh. He goes, if you wake up with Vaseline on your butt and it's kind of sore, would you tell anybody? And the guy goes, no, Bigfoot. And Bigfoot goes, we're going camping, bitch. So anyway, Tim Baker corrected that story. There's a story of the husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend that went to Lover's Lane, right? And supposedly the story is told that the girl is violated by the Bigfoot and the guy is killed, right? But Tim Baker Kuhnbo says that's not how it went down. That actually the girl is still alive to this day, and the Bigfoot violated the man and killed him. Yeah, it does. That guy gives a whole new meaning to it's Brokeback Gifting Rock, not Brokeback Mountain anymore. Male Bigfoot. So that's what happened, I guess, in that experience. The Lover's Lane guy and woman were parked and they were doing their dirty. And that this 3 Bigfoot came in and knocked the girl out. I guess, like just and violated the poor guy, and he was dead. They killed him. Pray for me, that was her home. Jerry, in the very beginning, the footprints in the very beginning, I said was real. I truly believe that in the very beginning, things were real. I never said that, and I said clearly, the very beginning, things got real quick. And then all of a sudden, TikTok fame hit him. I mean, it's clearly a hoax now. Linda, yeah, I mean, Tim Baker told me, so I believe that I believe Tim Baker 100%. Yeah. What do you think about Dogman sightings and the connection with old Native American grounds? I think possibly that there's like a connection with cemeteries, Kevin. We don't know why, but there is. Fleshlight. Jesus Christ, Larry. It's not about real or not. It's very real. In the beginning, it was. There's no way possible that it is now. It's very doubtful. I mean, I reached out to the guy and said, come on my channel. I became a Patreon to him. And I was like, hey, you want to come on my channel, please? And he said no. It's okay, Gravity. You're all good. Chicken man. Oh. That's it. That's the thing right there. That's the thing. I got it. Spirit level, I got it. Pretty much, Libra. Pretty much. Nicole, that's true. Dina, I'm glad that you're here with us still. Bigfoot knew the That's like, and I guess the woman was so traumatized by the event that I think she moved, from what I remember Tim saying, that she was moved like, I think she moved like in Europe somewhere. She didn't want to be in America anymore. Hey, Tara, baby, how are you? Like, for some reason, Switzerland or Sweden or something pops in my head. I'll call Tim Baker and ask him. What's up, Midwest Night Watchers? How are you? Dina, I don't know. I don't know why. Most definitely, Tara. I don't know why, Dina, that happened like that. I think more or less here, I think The reason why I believe the Bigfoot did that to that guy is, look how like chimpanzees and other large primates, like when they fight each other, they really violate each other. Like they're not like good people or animals. Like they'll rip your balls off and do bad stuff. So I think maybe that's why they violated the guy, as like, we are the alpha here. You know what I mean? Yeah, the dominant male thing. Well, I've been going for 3 hours. I'm going to do one last story and then we're going to call it a night. I'm a member of the United States Army, and I have a personal experience to share that comes from my deployment to Afghanistan. Due to the nature of my service, I cannot and will not share anything that will breach any level of OPSEC or InfoSec in any way, shape, form, or reveal any detail that will or can be construed as such to compromise any operations myself or other members of the United States military conduct on a daily basis. That being stated, here's my experiences. I'm in the United States. I am a United States Army infantry squad leader, a non-commissioned officer with 10 years in service. And I have 12 soldiers under my command in my squad, 10 soldiers and 2 non-commissioned officer team leaders. My soldiers are ranked E3 to E4 with 18 months experience at the very least, with my team leaders having 4 to 5 years experience respectively. All of us have at least one combat deployment together, with the senior of my soldiers having 2. All of us have enough experience in our service that we are absolutely confident in our abilities and skills as infantry soldiers, and know what to do and how to do it given any and all combat situations we encounter. So, when we are given a mission as a squad separate from our platoon, we did not really give any thought to the nature of the orders or the fact we would be a significant distance from our platoon or any ground assistance whatsoever, separate from CAS and artillery we could call on and other assets available. I received the mission, issued the warno, made the plan, initiated movement, gathered recon, and completed the plan. I issued the OPROD, and we Oscar mic'd. All the making and appearance of the usual and routine mission, something we did daily and completed daily. And then we reached the objective. And it all went to what I can only describe as a hellish given form. We had vehicles, and we were specifically designed for being explosive resistant and armored enough to give us an edge in surveying a multitude of situations we would come across. It was dark, and we had night vision goggles approaching a small village, 7 buildings, under the cover of darkness, being as quiet as possible, ready for anything. We entered, cleared the house after the house. We entered, cleared house after house, found bodies, a lot of bodies. So many it was hard to enter any dwelling without stepping on any of them. And I have never in the 10 years seen anything so disturbing or as shocking as the condition these bodies were in. And the sheer number was numbing to behold. Some looked as if they had been ripped or torn in half. That is no mistake of typing or description. I literally mean torn or ripped in half. by sheer brute strength. Some looked crushed, as if a ton or more weight had been slammed onto them, and I mean pulped. I have run other human beings over with a 6-ton vehicle, and I know a crushed when I see it. The others looked as I would expect if I were to eat a piece of raw meat with my teeth, if I had teeth like a shark or some sort of carnivore. Like something had taken big chunks of them and kept going. And the rest looked like what I would imagine some sort of mythical monster or something with claws or teeth or sharp anything would have gone through them, like so much defenseless flesh all at once. We finally reached the end of the village and met something I can only describe as the closest to a demonic thing as human language can make it. And it was terrifying. Thinking about it as I type it is giving me chills, making my heart feel like it'll burst out of my chest, and that at any moment this thing will burst from somewhere and do unspeakable things to me before it kills me, ripping me apart like a rag doll full of blood and flesh. I still have nightmares about it. First vehicle opened up on it with a 50 cal. Next thing I know, I see a 6-ton armored vehicle that can take up to 80 pounds of explosive force come rolling back, literally fly, not roll, not flip, fly. It landed in the middle of the frickin' village in pieces. 6 damn tons of armor flew 700 meters. My vehicle was next, and I never cycled an automatic grenade launcher so fast in my whole career. I was linking belt after belt after belt, and I was unjamming it almost as fast as it jammed. I'm screaming my head off on the radio at the same time trying to hold my other vehicle, call in CAS and artillery, and ordered my squad to shoot this thing with every weapon we had, even though I know for a fact that we were all doing it anyway. And I still am screaming. I can hear screaming and gunfire. That sounds like millions of voices screaming with us. With explosions and tearing metal, absolute chaos is in control here. And I'm left screaming, crying, praying, but then the craziest thing I have ever seen happened. Everything went absolute silence. No sound, no voices, no gunfire, no explosions, nothing. The world went mute, and after that, everything slowly came back. My team leader, who climbed up to me, had to slap me hard to snap me out of this hellish zone I was in. My best guess was shock, but unlike anything I had ever heard, experienced, or watched. It took hours for me to get up together and start attempting to control the situation, get communications with Lieutenant, and come to grips. First priority was the first vehicle. We could not raise them on comms, so I sent 2 guys to go and see if they were alive and needed medical attention. Then I realized we didn't get a BDA on the thing we just unloaded on. I directed my driver to get it closer to the area, and I noticed something right off the bat. There was damage everywhere except for one spot, and that spot was untouched and pristine, like it had never been subject to all that firepower we just directed at it. There was no sign of that thing anywhere, not even a footprint. I had been deployed 7 times in 10 years, and never have I seen anyone or anything walk away from that much firepower, ever. I know for a fact that no human on Earth could. My 5 soldiers in the first vehicle lived miraculously due to the cab being reinforced, but suffered severe blunt force trauma from the impact. Enough that all 5 in that vehicle were immediately given medical discharge and 100% disability a few months later. My other soldiers all received the best psychological care possible. I am now undergoing psychological evaluation as well due to the report I gave my command. The treatment given to me and my squad is no surprise, however. The way my report of the incident was handled and what happened after is very confusing and frustrating. No more about this has been mentioned or acknowledged again. I don't care if someone believes me anymore, as every time I am asked about it and answer, I am met with reactions of disbelief or pity and sympathy for my damaged mental state. I am even attempting to be cleared to continue my service and am forced to lie to my counselors and therapists about my progress. In recovering from my experience, I am still haunted by the incident, and it still gives me a racing heart just thinking of it. I am hoping that you guys share this or that you share this on your channel, please, and thank you. Ooh, Savage. What's up, Libra? Thank you, MJ Bates. Yeah, 100%, Mark. Not here, though. I don't know what you're saying. It's definitely not on my channel. Caden, actually, he's under your bed. Guys, I had a blast tonight. Thank you for all joining me. I guess it's time I crash out. It's 3:11 New York State time. Me too, Brandy C. Guys, have a great night. And peace be with you all. Nino, you sexy MFer. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Prayers to you, Libra. Wayne, Tara, have a great night, guys. Larry Lindman, thank you again. Gigi, thank you. Pops, thank you. Good night, guys. God bless all the veterans out there.